No, I always say good evening. Hi 77. Good afternoon, everyone. Today I've got my coffee, my see-through coffee. I've got my jar of coffee today. Treating myself because it is. Well, it's the last day of the streamer weekend. It's Sunday. Back to work tomorrow. Oh, no matter. We've got the game. Boom, 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 boom. And we've got more things to do. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do with myself now. I've got a bit of a plan. Today we're going to have a look and see if I can find any more little bugs and something. I had promised the old Fun Pimps team that I would check out Industrial 6001 again because we had a problem with spawning and I want to try that again. And generally just kind of mess about with things a bit. I've just remembered though, I don't want to break the rules. The rules are no mods, and I do have a mod on here right now because let me go back to the bar, because I was testing something out for them. Because, you know, we had that weird floaty stone yesterday. Well, I wrote a mod that puts stones everywhere so you can see in your POI where floaty things are not a good idea. And I found a few mistakes here and there. But I better turn it off because that's the rules. And I'm going to be floating stones, let's call it that. I did forget to do that. But anyway, yes. We'll be working on that. That will be something coming out very soon. But basically, yeah, let's go and have a look at this, what was it? Industrial _60_01. The one where we had problems. We were kind of didn't quite follow the path, and I want to try the path again and check that it's working. So let's do a little bit of special sorting out. Oh, I haven't done my normal thing and checked my volume and sound, but I guess it's there because 77 would have gone, hey, I can't hear you. Right, let's go back to the game. Oh, let's go back to the game. There we are. We're going to play the game. I'm trying to remember what saves we had from yesterday. I deleted test 2 of that and I made an army camp one. Maybe it's this one. I don't want enemy spawning. No, that was me testing things out this morning. We want our user no quests one. We're going to open army camp again. I think this is the one. We might have to open up a few games, but we'll open this up and I want to test out crystal clear. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I want to try this Industrial 6001. Because we had the zombies at the bottom of the elevator shaft. There was a little area where a zombie spawns, and when it dies, a second later or half a second later, another one appears. But it never actually spawned properly for us. So I want to try and investigate that first. That's my first little thing to do. So we'll go around the POI again, check it out, and see. Because we were messing about and respawning and I'm going to try and do it without a quest to start with. So first things first, get into debug menu. Then this looks like the right game. We're going to go into here. We're going to go _60 and we're going to go to number 1. Let's pick, maybe we're to the one in the snow. I don't know. I'm going to go over here. Have we been in here? I think so. What we're going to do is I'm going to go CRF. It looks like can you hear the old dude's back? Ice cream man's back. It's a sunnier day today. Let's go around here and have a look. Check the guns are working. The guns are working. And here is a Runwood Paper Mill Company. Alright, we'll take out some of the locals. Come on, get out of my way. Anyone else? He's down. And then I don't know if this is a local or not. Who else? Who else? And you. Ladies. Hey, Super Murloc. Right, so we're trying this one out again. The reason we're trying it out is because we had a problem at the bottom of it. And I told the Fun Pimps team. And they looked into it and they asked me lots of questions like, did we reload it? Is it new? Whoa, whoa, whoa. We had this before, didn't we, when we were here? We had a lot of randos. But we went along here. I'm trying to follow the same path as I did last time. Oh, there was this fella in here. Nice. Now, if there's anything you guys want me to do today, please say. I can try anything out. We could try Horde Night. We could try editing something, building something. We could try different POIs. There's someone else coming through. Holy moly, mate. I don't need you coming in as well. Someone's woken up in here. Okay. Maybe we should put a silencer on this and then we won't get all the natives coming along. Can we put a silencer? Can we put a silencer on one of these? It might help my brain for the whole stream. I can. Okay. That's actually quite a good idea, isn't it? Let's try it out. Okay, that's just made my life a lot easier for the whole day. Just making that a little bit more muted. So, what did I do last time? I would have had a look around. Okay. And then I think we went all the way around and we had a look and we were like, okay, that's good. And there was locked doors and things. I don't remember going over here and having a look at this break. No. Oh, there's a workbench there. That's nice. Oh, yes, this was the one where we have to climb up, up, up all the way to the top. Okay, so we're going to try and replicate what we did yesterday in stream in this new POI and see. Oh, it does to make you dizzy. I think I probably said that last time as well. So we're now waiting to see who's going to pop out of where. Lowe's popped out of there. I seem to remember that door being open. I seem to remember there being lots and lots of zombies around here. Maybe my loud gun activated them. Okay, that might be different. In fact, let's try that. Do we have a loud gun? Maybe this part of the chunk hasn't reloaded. We might have to start a new map. Come on, zombies. Nope, I don't know. That's jammed, and it was jammed last time, wasn't it? Okay, I just remember there being some zombies. Was I right or wrong? I don't know. Maybe not. So we came down here and we went, oh, okay. We've got to start going around the place and having a good look. So we're having a look in here. Where's all the zombies gone? Have I actually reloaded this properly? Huh? Maybe I've just got different spawns. We'll try it anyway and see if we do get any zombies at some point. Oh, I hope I haven't messed this up. Let's try this. Just did a refresh. Hello? No, I must have broken it. I must have broken it. No, okay. Okay, I'm not doing that if it's broken. Let's try that again. Let's go to the one in the wastelands. And thank gosh we've got the quiet deals. Let's go in this way. Right. So, here we are. We're ready to go through all of these things. But how is everyone today anyway? It's odd coming on early in the afternoon. I hope you're all good. You got some nice sleep. Okay. Cool, he's a toughie. And I don't think there's any more in any of these. Okay, that's good. So up we go. We know that this POI particularly is fresh. And that door was open. Oh, hello. That wasn't closed for me before. So I must have not refreshed the POI correctly. Okay, good. Go, up we go, up we go. La-di-da-di-da. Gonna see if there's any more bugs in here. Right, yes, there are zombies here. I knew there were. Let's try take that one out. They break through. Take all these out. Alright, that's nice. Now this was jammed still. It is. Okay. And then we're going to shove downstairs. This feels a bit better now. Then there was people in this direction. And I decided to go up these stairs, didn't I? And I just stayed here and took them out as they came. That's what I remember from yesterday. Oh, that's so much better when it's not noisy. Sorry, guys, I'm reloading. Holy moly. They can whack, can't they? Right. Then we had a bit of a look around. Nice. Check if anyone's in the office. Anyone in any toilets. Things like that. Okay, that's all good. Do love the new little TVs. Look at the glowing screen on that. It's such a good ambience. That was jammed as well. We come down here. We couldn't go up the... Oh, no, it's a different POI with the stairs that were broken. Oh, we're here. Immediately, we got someone. Yep, everyone gets triggered. Get her in the head. Get rid of him. Who else is there? Oh. Oh, they're trying to get me a different way. Oh, hello. Who's this? I've got a yellow screen down there. Carl Dooley. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. I'm just messing around with a new version of the game, which everyone's going to get Monday afternoon for us in the UK, evening, something like that. Oh, I don't remember this bit. I think I missed this last time because I saw it from above, didn't I? But that's okay. We're just going through a POI that I had a bit of trouble with yesterday. One of the new ones, Carl. If Carl's here, I don't know. In fact, on my list, Carl isn't there. Carl may have just found me on YouTube normally. So we're going through here. And then, if you remember last time, I went up, didn't I? And I realised that I was going around in circles. I remember doing that. I'm trying to replicate the best I can. And then we come down here. I annoyed everyone. And then I came up here. Just to get them all to come towards me again. Well, it looks like they've got some bad pathing going on. Let's see what the bad pathing is happening. Get out my way, matey. Yep, bad pathing. This is the end loot, though. Oh, who's that? Someone outside. This is a... I think we had this problem last time as well. Okay, so we've got a bunch of them in there. This is the end loot. The door is unlocked. No, it's not. That's probably what I said last time. I thought it was the end loot and it isn't. Okay, that's still jammed. But we've got this one here. And this one. Lift shaft. We're going to go down here. Oh, here they come. Is that a cop? No, it's a blue. Let's stay in here and try and survive a little longer. We're going to do alright with this weapon though. We're beefed up for testing purposes. Okay, anyone else coming over? My gosh, there's a whole load of them over there. What are they up to? They haven't quite worked out where I am. Oh, and you again. Okay. So I open this up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now these two fall down. That's a good one. I like that. Now I think this is the fella that should have spawned. And then that happens. Hear that dong dong. That was the script loading. And that fella... Oh, I'll give myself some time. No! Right, so that is good. Then I come in here, and when I was here, there was a zombie right there. So it did spawn this time. It was rather odd. Don't know who that is. Someone outside. So we came in here yesterday, and there was a zombie that had not spawned in that position. And there's also the same thing here. So it looks like it was okay. We then walked through here yesterday to have a look. There is a bag in there. And then we came around here. They're locked. That button presses it. Bam. Opens that up. Opens all of this lot up. There is our wonderful end loop. Okay. So it's worked. Oh, I don't know. He must have come from outside. but it worked. I don't know. I think we may have just, like, I might have got into God mode and moved around a bit and messed up some kind of trigger. So is there a way we could get to this POI or get down here without triggering that? The question is, what is the trigger and how did I get down here and not do it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and boot this up in the editor, and we're going to have a look at some of the ways that they're triggered, just to try and see what's going on. And then it may have just been one of these random things, so I can then post that. But all our other bug reports got in there from yesterday. Yes, it looks like the door, well, the door triggers and a few other things, but all the doors have a double trigger on them that shouldn't be there. That's been reported. I got an interesting response from the 2 dogs that I found that would not spawn. I can confirm that these 2 zombie dogs currently do not spawn. Yes, that's been confirmed. As there's no infested quest type available for tiles. And then it was said, however, I can neither confirm nor deny that this is intentional. Maybe some kind of questing is coming to tiles? I don't know. I like that. Hey, come on then. Let's go to _60 and have a look at the first one. So I'm interested in what the hell's going on that stopped. I will just clear my hands of random things so I can't break anything. Oops, wrong thing. Creative mode. Delete, delete. Right, good. So when we were here, this was my little problem. This person here, there is one there, but this person here didn't spawn for me. So what I need to do is I need to visualize all of these. Let's have a look at this one. This one is group ID 3, which is triggered by number 2. There's that boom boom sound. We get 1. We wait for it to be alive. Or wait for it to be dead, which is wait alive when it's 0. Wait for a second, make the sound, another one turns up. Okay, that's fine, that's what happens. But we weren't triggered 2, and we need to find out where trigger 2 is. Now we've got, we also got these 2 here. This one here is trigger 3, oh hang on. That one is also trigger 2, and that one is also trigger 2. Okay, so they were all being triggered by what seems, what did I do? Did I press the button for them? Or did I came down here, didn't I? I came down here and I fell on here. What is this door? Does this door have a trigger? Now there's the error that they've got in there at the moment. That door, opening that door is not a trigger. Okay. Where was I that formed that trigger? Because I shot these. What happened? What did I do? Was I shot all these fellas, didn't I? They all came here. I came out. And these fellas came out later. I just can't see a trigger. Let's see. Do we need a trigger volume? Trigger volume, boom. Aha! Here's the trigger volume. The trigger volume is once you walk into here, I'm guessing. So let's have a look at this. That is trigger 2. Okay. So when you walk through those gates, which I did, all of that triggered. So how did I get last time in here, in this area? BCA, hello. Good morning, good afternoon. I hope you're having a good, happy Sunday. Yeah. How did I get into here and it didn't trigger that too? I do not know. Those should trigger. Unless I flew in here. Unless I flew in here in God mode. But then still, the moment I trigger this, all of those would have turned up. I don't know. It was a freak occurrence. The trigger's there. The trigger volumes are there. It all seems fine to me. It should work. Should be no problems whatsoever. Triggered by group ID 3. Let's just check that one again. That one again was just a trigger. That's all it is. Okay. So I think yesterday it was just a bit of a freak thing. and I can't seem to replicate it, so it just must have been one of those off chance deals. But that's a little bit odd, because if I was in here and I broke these out, then I could jump through here. What can I do if I'm in this position? I can unlock that, but I still wouldn't be able to press any buttons. I suppose you could break this door, get your loot, and get out. But it's only 6 zombies, but still, it's an interesting one. So yeah, it must have just been a freak occurrence yesterday. I'll report back to them on that one. Because the triggers all look really good in the POI. It looks fine. It looks fine. It looks all good. Okay, so what are we going to do with ourselves? I'm going to have some proper coffee I've got in a coffee machine. Yep, couldn't find any Mega Crush, but, you know, I got that. Now it's just a matter of we got the day with the game. Jim and I stress tested it last night. And we tried the Twitch integration just to test it out. We've been through all the POIs. We've looked at signs and how they're working. Do I just play the game? I don't know. I'm just like excited for everything. What I want to do is I want to look for more bugs, because there's always bugs in these things. And it's just trying to do this. I think what I would like to do is have a look at some of the items. Let's get a new prefab. Discard any changes on there. Make a nice big prefab, and then just go, you know, messing around so I can delete it later. We'll have a nice big flat space, and then maybe we need to have a look in here. I haven't looked properly in the menu to see anything that we have. Let's first check the admin stuff. Make sure there's nothing new in here. I don't think so. I haven't tried a lot of these. I need to make another video on all of these different things at some point. But they're all good. What is that? Sign administration. That is new. Or is it just the sign administration? Oh, boring. That's just a sign. It's not something to do with the signs. I don't remember that at all. Okay. We've got our little buffs. Archery, reload, and recovery mode. I've never used that before. It's going to be interesting working all those out, I think. Find trader quest, blah, blah, blah. It's a shame. MCO pals. McOpals. You should be chilling, dude, with your vape. McOpals. Who's McOpals then? It's an odd thing to say. Subscriber. 18 years you've had an account. Interesting. You've been following for 2 years. Well, welcome, mate. Yeah, I should be doing some more chilling, but I am. I'm chilling with, boom, chilling with my coffee. I got this from a little coffee machine that I broke. Nice. Oh, it's your man. It's my mate. He's there. You're right, mate. How's it going? I am chilling with this right now because we're messing around, having a look at the brand new version this weekend. I can't see anything interesting in the admin. We've already looked at the new drone and new mods. In fact, are there any other new mods? Let's have a look. No one's really mentioned any. But let's have a look and see if there's any new mods. And then until somebody comes up with a good idea, then I'm just doing my messing about kind of thing. What have we got? These are all the standard mods. These are all the standard mods. Now these magazine extenders, they've all got different, you know, bars now, so they tell us they get better and better each time. Let's have a look here. Nothing interesting. Oops, I missed one. Yeah, it's these ones that I was looking at. So now, how far can we push it? If I got some tier 6 insulating mods, and then I got some thermacare deals. Let's put thermacare on. I haven't tried this yet. I'm trying to get tier 6 on everything. Oops. Oops, there we go. We'll get tier 6 in those two. I need tier 6 gloves. Boom. There we go. Tier 6 gloves. Then let's get like a preacher outfit. So before, what we did is we ended up wearing that, and that. And then this modify, how many can it take? It can only take one. Modify 1. Modify 1. Modify 1. Can we put one of the other ones on top of that as well? That's another thing. So let's say we had some patchworks. Could I put a patchwork, modify? No, I can't put that in there. That's okay. Let's wear these. And then let's have a look at our character. One of my creations. What do you mean by that? This is one of my creations. This is streamer weekend. So this is version 3 of 7 Days to Die. And basically it's going to come out on Monday. But there are some of us who kind of work with the as part of the creator program for the people who make the game, and we get it for a weekend to showcase what's going on. And they've updated lots of things, so I'm interested in what's going on here. Now it's got God mode. Have I got any stats still? Cool character stats. How do we see how much we're getting? Heat resist 48, cold resist 48. That's a lot. So these all have 6. So I've got 36. Plus I've got my underwear on my character, which is going to be 36, 6, 6, 6. So why is that not 72? If we've got 6 each on these. I don't understand that. How do we work that out? How do we work that out? Heat resist 48. 48, that's just worth 6, isn't it? Okay, is it a max of 48? Let's try that. What if I was to take off 2 bits of underwear? Okay. If I did, would I still be on 48 for my character? Heat resist 36, 36. So I've taken off 12, and it's gone down by 12. I got 4 bits of armor on. You're on an ad break now. Let me just try and work this one out. That is weird. That is weird. Armor rating, undead. That is odd. 1, 2. I haven't missed any of that. Okay. Right, we need to find out about this. How can we find out about this? I don't know. Maybe I need to do my little making a little clip or recording something. Let me try and recording this time. I don't know if this will break my computer. If I drop, I'll make a new video and join you in a second. But I'm going to record. All right, I'm recording as I go. So we have a character. This is in the editor mode. Maybe that's a problem. But anyway, we have a character in the editor mode, and we've given the character 1, 2, 3, 4, all tier 6 here, thermocores, which are worth 6 each, and also 4 bits of armor, each containing the new insulated thermocore armor mod, which is worth 6 each. So 4 times 6 is 24. I'm not doing my maths right, am I? Why am I even bothering? 48. Come on, people. You've got to stop me when I'm doing these things. What have I just done? 6, 12, 24, 48. It is correct. Oh, I'm a muppet. More coffee. More coffee. What a... Oh, God, numbers, eh? Numbers. Numbers on the weekend I can't do. There we go. So 48 is the maximum. 48. So what would that do in game? My God, like if you're in the snow zone, we should test that out as well. We should test that out and find out. Right, any other mods? So we've got those new mods there. we still got the armor plating mods. We've still got all those. That's stealth one. Cigar mods. Let's have a look. Keep on going. Keep on going. We've got, that's the new robotic drone stun mod. It's a bit odd that this one's got a kind of level. I suppose that's different stun damage, but they could do it at how quickly it gives you medical on this one, I suppose. It could. Any other mods on there? No other mods except the admin mods. Okay, so nothing else new. I want to see what else is there. There's got to be something in here that's interesting. We did have a look at all the icons, and I think we covered everything. But I don't know if they've updated some of the pictures and some of the things, but they all look good. What's that there? Oh, rocket tips. Has anyone here ever made a rocket, like, actual thing? I don't think anyone's... I don't know anyone who's actually gone, oh, I'll make some rockets now. It'd be nice if they were a bit easier to do. Then you might end up using them. Yeah, I don't think there's anything much else in there that we need to have a look at. There were the lockers. The new lockers were quite nice, weren't they? You could have different coloured lockers. We kept seeing those, these random helpers. And I don't... They may have already been in here, but I don't... You know, it's the colour that was looking good in-game. Like, they look quite severe when you place them down. But in-game, they look quite good. I don't know. But when do you ever find lockers painted like that in real life? I don't know. But in some of the POIs where they use them, they actually look good too. So, new food, but they removed it. Yes. Hello 50. There was... Oh, that was the other thing that I didn't report, wasn't it? That was the other thing that I needed to report. Oh, we should do that as well. It was when we go into the food and we click here. This one says pumpkin, chicken nuggets and all this lot. So let me... That one I am going to record a video of, because that's how you submit the bugs. So what are we going to do? Start recording, and then I'm going to go... If I go into the skills menu, into the crafting skills menu, and then down to food, we can see all the different tiers of bits and bobs that we get here as we read the magazines. But on tier 2 it says tier 2 pumpkin bread and blueberry pie and chicken nuggets. There of course are no chicken nuggets there because the chickeny nugget stuff isn't in there yet. So that will need to be edited. Stop recording. Okay, there we go. So that needs to be removed. I forgot about that bug. That's all right. We haven't actually looked through the whole menu either. Let's do that. I'm going to point up here because this is where you often find bugs when we actually look through the whole menu. This is the kind of thing that 50 and I like to do. We start looking through these. He's better at it, especially when I'm changing these in the $1 Million Line mod. Are they? They're working. Oh, they are when I record. They're not working now, are they? They are when I record. Is that right? Because they're not coming up right now. Let me record again. Hello. Yeah. When I've set this one up, so when I talk, it has this little bit at the bottom, which is all good. But only when I record, which means that when I send a video with a problem in it to the old Fun Pimps team, then they can it translates, doesn't it, from United Kingdom to American, because they might not quite understand when I say a few words. But when I stop recording, then we don't have the silly words there. But I think it's good for those kind of things because I've got it. If I want to record, I'll use Streamlabs. If I want to record something for a video, if I want to record something, I use it on OBS. OBS is what I do to pump it to the other machine to send it to you. It's all rather complicated, my system, but it's good. So let's have a look here and just check. I'm going to do the boring jobs today. We're going to have a look and we're going to see. These all come up. But I'm just having a look to see if there's anything interesting in any of these. Handyland, I don't think any of these have had to change. Is it? Well, nothing will have changed, will it? We're only looking to see if something does. What about robotics? Because robotics, we've got the stun mod on there. Have they mentioned that anywhere? Can we craft it? We can make that, but I don't see the actual stun item. Oh, stun baton. No, that is the stun baton for this one. But the drone, we don't. It doesn't seem to be on the list, does it? Do we have to? Can we make it? That's what I want to know now. If I go mods, if I go stun, we can make it, and it's made from a book. Now I haven't seen what that book looks like, so let's also find that book. Stun baton. Okay, so there it is. Let's have a look at this. Reading the schematic will teach you how to craft this item. Equip your drone with a stun gun capable of stopping zombies in their tracks. Okay. So if I read that, and I want to make this stun baton, I can only make a tier 1. How do I make a tier 3? Oh, tier 5. Tier 6. How do I make that? What do I have to get better at? Equip your drone with stun gun capable of stopping in their tracks. That's interesting. So we got steel, polymers, parts and parts. So let's go steel, polymers, parts and parts. Okay, let's get a workbench and we will stick this down here. Can I craft in a... I can craft in here. So if I want to make the stun baton one, I do that and I go craft. But there's no obvious bit in here how I can raise the level of it. Okay, so if I give self XP 10, 123, 10 million. UK to American, yeah, reminds me of Snatch. That's a great movie. That is a great movie. Haven't seen that in a long time. So it must be in one of these, isn't it? Which one is it that does the deals here? It's intelligence, isn't it? So robotics inventor. Okay. So it must be this one, surely. Robotics inventor. Let's try it. Let's get intellect all the way up. Okay. And of course, I can still only make tier 1. Robotics. I click on that and I can make tier 1. I go all the way up on robotics of inventor and I'm still only making tier 1. How should we do this? What is it? Electrocutioner it's got to be. Oh, is that... Does it say on there? Find more batons. Or is it tech planets I've got to read? That's still a tier 1. Okay, so let's get some tech planets. Tech planets. Ah, maybe it's one of these. Learn how to enhance your even more. No. Just grade slower. Shred ammo, robotic stun repulsor, charge strike, hydraulics. So it's going to have to be some of these, isn't it? Pipe baton quality 2. Pipe baton quality 3. This still hasn't gone up. Is it going to eventually come up on this? Let's read a whole bunch more of these and we can watch it as it comes up. I want to learn how to do this because I want to make a good one. Okay, robotic sledge quality 1. It's a way of getting this list up. Tech planet. Robotic sledge quality 3. Unlock robotic sledge quality 4. Come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Robotic sledge quality 6. Still can't do any better on this. Stun baton quality 1. Does this affect it? No, it doesn't. Okay. So magazines. Robotics. Here we are. doesn't say it on here, does it? Boost loot odds. No. Stun baton quality 6. I've got 3 more books to be had. We're on turret now. This still hasn't added up. Surely they can't force you to always make a level 1. Nope, still level 1. Let's get some more. Let's max out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, there's more. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, 85 out of 100, sorry. Okay. There we go. So we've read enough now. Robotic drone quality. That hasn't increased. No. Is it at the end? Come on. Any more after that? Robotic drone quality 6. Still not getting a better mod? No. So we can't... So we have all the tech books. It does, Rooster. And hello to you. Oh, it did. So no, that's just numbers. No, it doesn't have anything. These are just to make 99 of them because I have ridiculous amounts of crafting stuff on me. Track. No. It doesn't say anything on here. Okay, so if I go mod, don't have any other mods that are leveled. Mod. Yeah, like a hunter mod. So if I was to go hunter mod and I read that and then I go into here and I go hunter mod, I can only make tier 1. Is there a way of increasing it? Yeah, it's numbers, it's quality of it. I want to know how to increase the quality of a mod. Like, what is it that does that? So at the moment, we've got robotics at 100. We've got... Oh, let's just check this one. Boltcraft or rocket, no. Increase the rate of fire. All of that was the same. That's not going to do anything different, is it? So is it that you can only make one? Tier 1? And then you've got to find others? That would be silly. Like, you put all this effort into finding stuff. I just don't know what else we can do. Let's have a look here. We've got electrocution onto 5. Robotics. Calculated tax. No. Better barters. Physician. Grease monkey. Intellect mastery. What's in here? No. 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 Yeah, you could... Okay, let's make a combined bench. We'll get a combined bench down. And then we'll combine... If we combined 2 tier 1s...
Read
stun,
the chat.
Oh gosh, I've still got the sound on here. Oh, I did read that, mate. What do I need? Type in again what I need to know from you. If there's anything else. What I'm looking for is I want another tier 1 version of that. And then I'm going to, if I combine 2 of those, the combined result is not better than either item. Okay. What happens if you leave something in the combined station? Automatically comes back to you. Okay. So let's try and find... It doesn't have a star on this one. You can't get better odds, can you? But it doesn't matter if you can combine them. You can still... It's just delayed, yeah. It's still... You would have to find the tier 6 in order to do that. But again, this isn't worn out, so it's not going to give it to me. Because that is stun damage 12, cooldown 5. Stun damage 6, cooldown 10. This is better. But I just thought if you're going to make a mod, surely you should be able to somehow make the high level mod. Okay. I just can't think of anywhere else in here that would affect it. Right, let's... Everything to do with that. Calculate attacks. Gonna make a difference? Stun. Boom. No. Could be a bug, but okay, so let's try it with the hunter mod. If we've got the hunter mod, and I want to make a hunter mod, which I've read, so I've got a hunter mod. Alright, there we go. I can make this one. How do I get it better? How do I make this a better mod? Okay. So I'm going to go here, and what's my hunting characteristics that I would need? Again, it's not intellect. It's not archery, gunslinger. It's none of that. The huntsman, okay? The huntsman. Survival perks. Okay, let's do this. Again, we'll check. We still can only make tier 1. And there is no buttons to change this at the side. Let's just check on the other one again. Stun baton. Because you see, there are arrows there. There are great arrows just here where I'm marking to go and make it up and down. So it implies, like we know, that you change the tier of something. And it should get better. But we can't do that. And if I go hunter now, back to hunter. Nope, not there. Oh, is it only set? You mean like if I increase my loot or trader reward, then I'll get something? Let me have a look at it. Let's try it. Let's get huntsman up. Okay, we'll get huntsman up. Have a look. Still can only do tier 1. Okay. So are there any books related to hunting? Hunt? No, there's no hunting, is there? Medical food? No. Traps? No. There's nothing to do with that, is there? Yeah. No, Numpty, this is... I agree with you. I think if I can click on this and I can make this, there should be some statistical link that allows me to use these arrows and craft a higher level of these. It's a weird one, but try and make more of them. Well, I can do that with the stun. What, just make 5 of them? Come out of it, go back in. Oh, I see what you mean. Is it some kind of like learn by doing deal? Yeah, but then it would say something, wouldn't it? It would say something. Well, we can wait 6 minutes and see what happens and see if it... If it was learned by doing, you would have some kind of scale so you would know. They would communicate with you like how far you've got through that learning. What about living off the land? Farm plots, no. Lucky looter, no. There's nothing in there. Hunter journal, the books. Let's try the books. So if I, again, we'll have a look at the books first, then we'll read them. It could be the books. I don't think I've read the tech books. No, I haven't. So let's do that. The Hunter's Journal. But it doesn't say bears, wolves, coyotes, mountain lions, deer, vultures, humans and zombies, harvest more bones, meat and leather from animals. Okay, so let's read this lot. The Hunter's Journal. The Hunter's Journal. Boom, 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 boom. I don't think it's going to be bows, but let's read these. We've read all them, and the Hunter mod is still on 1. because I enjoy the kind of, I really like the combined bench idea. But if you can't do that, let's try off the top of my head. If I got a pistol, right, and I got a tier 1 pistol like this with a star on it, and I go pistol, and I'm gonna just try and find a tier 1 that has nothing on it. It's gonna take longer now to get the no star. Well, I'll try that just in case I get another one of those. Pistol. There we go. So I've got a starred and a not starred. They just combine. They don't make a 3, do they? You have to have a 3 to make a 3. Hey, Jimmy Bo, you're right. Oh, just messing about, doing some bits and bobs at the moment. We're just trying to work out. Could it be because I'm in the editor that it's not showing it? I doubt it. I doubt it. There's one way of... We might have to go in the game and do this. Basically, the problem is if I read the Hunter's deal, or I have the stun baton one, the one I'm making at the moment, stun baton for the drone, I can only make a tier 1. Are they forcing you to only make a tier 1 and then have to salvage and find the higher ones? Is that the thought behind it? Let me check the forum and see if anyone's talked about it. Crafting tier mod. Has anyone talked about it? Nope. Tiered. Okay. Crafting mods. So somebody did ask, are crafted mods now always level 1? Did we get a reply to that? I don't think they got a reply. Crafted. Just having a look on the forum. Having a look. Are crafted always 1? So other people have seen that issue. Looking, going down quite a lot here. Did anyone actually answer the question? I don't think they did. No. No one answered it. No one answered it. Reply. Did you get an answer to this? Right, well, I've asked. Let me. Purple Llama. The Purple Llama's here. It will repair and add magnitudes they have. What? It's not going to... What do you mean, Purple Llama? Yeah, if you repair it with one you find, but what we're working out is, can you actually physically craft a higher one? Is there any mechanism within the game that, like, if you read these books or read these magazines or put points into these skills, you can then make a higher level mod? Because why can't you make a tier 6 mod? There is one other way we can look. We'll go for the non-easy option. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at the XML and find out if there's a recipe for it. Basically, that's the easiest way of doing it. Config, recipes. So if I open up the recipes here, I'll show you in a second. Okay. Right, get that up there big. Share that on the screen. So here is the recipes XML. And if I go drone, if I search for, oops, I should actually click on it, find drone, find all in current document. We've got robotic drone cargo medic, robotic drone weapon mod. So here it is, and you use these things to make it, which is fine. And then it's got the fuel saver. You can't make it anymore. No. You can only make them to tier 1. I like doing the science. Yeah, we gave ourselves all of the intellect stuff that you need, all the robotics. We've read all the books. We've read all the magazines for tech, and it made no difference. But this shows you what's going on behind the scenes, because there is only one recipe for it. So, for example, if I look for something that uses a, what's it called? When you want to make a tier 6, you need the, oh gosh, my brain's not working. You need that part. What's it called again? Can someone tell me quicker than I can type? What's it called again? Not the part. There it is there. Legendary parts. Leg end airy. So I can spell it. Legendary. So for example here, the lumberjack helmet doesn't need a legendary part, but if you want to make, oh, how does it work then? Crafting ingredient count, level 2 to 6. Resource armor crafting. That's for the outfit. For this, yeah. Level 2 to 6, crafting ingredient, base add. For level 6, you need the parts. Do you see what I mean? Thank you, Rista. So yeah, so here with the recipe for the lumberjack helmet where we can make stuff, that is the base deals. That's what you need to have. But if you want to make level 2 to 6, or 2 or 6, you need to add an armor crafting kit. That's a bit odd. I thought you needed that for everything. Armor crafting kit, 2,6. Armor crafting kit. Why don't you need it for 3, 4, 5, and 6? You need cloth for that. You need forged iron for that. And you need forged steel for that. But for tier 6, that's odd. Do we only need an armor crafting kit for level 2 and 6 of a lumberjack helmet? I'm going to have a look at that as well. Lumberjack helmet. How do we... Lumberjack helmet. Hat. How do we unlock it? Unlocks with armor. Okay, so let's get armor, of course. Armor, spelt American. We need armored up. I'm confused by that because it only said 11. Problem is you start digging into this and your life goes mad. Where's armor? Oh, you only need 11 and then it'll tick that one. Okay. But we need lots of these things, don't we? We do. So basically you can't. I'm going to try and get a load of armor books. We're going to kick some ass on this one. Is there a... We'll do it properly. Oh, I've got loads. I know you can get the admin one that will give you everything, but I like clicking buttons, right? So if we go into here, lumberjack hat, tier 6 needs a legendary part. Okay, they all do. That's weird. The code's just freaking me out. This needs an armor crafting kit. But it kind of implies I didn't really... Oh, it needs 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them, 6.
Read the chat.
Yeah. It is a bug. No, I didn't understand this. Because this only says level 2 and 6. You add the forged level at 3, 4, 5. So 2, you don't need it. 3, 4, 5, 6, you need this. See the way they add up? But according to this, it says 2, 6. Oh, so is that 2 to 6? You need to add 1 to 5 on them. So if that is a range, why do they bother with that? Because there's 6 different I got you. Okay. Okay. So they could have gone 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but then they would have had to written here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I get that. I didn't know that commas were a range. So how would you do it if you only wanted something separate? You'd have to write separate lines. Okay, I live and learn. I live and learn. I'm always living and learning on this one. But these are ranges. It is a range, mate, because it's... Look at this. At level 2, you have to have 1 crafting kit. And at level 2, you add 1 more crafting kit. At level 3, you add 2 more crafting kits. And there it is. Level 2, you add 1 more crafting kit to the base layer. At level 3, you add 2. Hello, One Tap Machine. No, there aren't bandits, no. No, you're probably coming here from the... Noticing, you may have watched the Jarwoodle one. You have a look in the top corner. We're running B252. When it was released to creators, my Thursday night, it was B250. But if you watch his video carefully, he's actually playing B205, which is something that I have never had access to. So either he accidentally got access to it with the half a bandit setup, or it's some kind of publicity stunt in order to kind of get the word out. I don't know. It's not been, you know, he's obviously part of the creator program, but he got an earlier version than we did. So I can't show you the bandits. They're not in the F6 menu. There's nothing there. There's no chicken coops. There's nothing. He definitely had an earlier version than the rest of us. So yes, anyway, going back to it, the particular items needed on those levels. That's what I thought. But look, there it is. There's the evidence 50. What do you think? What do I do there? Because that's not how I thought XML works. Because it is adding for level 3, it's adding a value of 2. I've never seen ranges like that in XML. Oh, my brain's hurting already. More drink. Because I would have written the XML 3, 4, 5, and I would have gone 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how I would have written the XML. But they haven't written it that way, and it works. So now I'm confused. Okay, have they done that elsewhere? They've done it here as well. They've done it here as well. These are acting like ranges. I don't know, 50. We're going to have to play with that and have a look. But anyway, so we have confirmed it. We have confirmed it. If I go and find the drone weapon mod. Oh, interestingly, that's blanked out. They'd obviously called it the robotic drone weapon mod at some point. Or maybe they're going to eventually put a drone weapon mod in there. Once the streaming weekend's gone and I'm allowed to mod, I might take that out of the XML and see if something appears. Is there an actual pew 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 shooty drone weapon mod? That would be interesting. Maybe it's something there. But at the moment we've got the stun weapon mod. And yeah, it doesn't have any additional parts. Fuel saver, road headlights, supercharger, expanded seat. Like, the expanded seat doesn't have expanded seat mod. That doesn't have levels, so that's why it looks like that. So it is like they're missing something here. What's this motion sensor? We're off the mods now. Interesting. That's a good idea, Jimmy. Sorry, just read that one. Let's get a legendary part. A leg end. Oh, maybe my first sneeze of the day. Yo, if I go recipes, we see the hats, the shoes, the bits, the bobs, all of that lot. We don't see any mods. Okay, so they 100% it's not there. Spawn a drone. See if it shows. Spawn a drone. Type in drone, and see if there's a stun mod. Stun mod. No, I'd have to look inside the Unity files to find out. There's that one. But definitely, let's go to admin. No, there it all is. They've definitely mentioned a shooty one. It might have just been a different name for this and they got rid of it. Or maybe they're going to add it. Just imagine a little pistol. You get a pistol and it pew, 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 pew. And the thing fights with you. Wouldn't that be cool? Do you know what I mean? That'd be kind of awesome. We will have to see if that's coming in the future. I do not know. Of course, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you go through this thing, something like this, if you go through it and you look for anything that's green, this is where you find out. Let's have a look up here. What we got? Normal stuff, normal stuff. Unlocking normal stuff just gives us the information about it. You kind of go down. You look for big chunks of green. And if there's any big chunks of green, let's just... So there is the mod armor cooling mesh. Mod armor cooling mesh. If I type in mesh, there is no mod with an armor mesh, but there's definitely something there that they were working on. A cooling mesh. At the moment, maybe that's to do with the mods here. So if we look at this, at the moment they've gone for the tattered, the patchwork, and the thermocore. Maybe they were going to have a heating and insulating, because it's an insulated armor mod. I always thought that was a really silly way of putting it, because insulated kind of makes you feel like you are keeping the heat in. It's not going to get out. So maybe they're going to have cooling versions of them and separate it, so you have to wear the right stuff. That's another one that might appear. Let's go and have a look and see if we can find any other cheekies. Just looking for anything green. What's this one here? What's a daisy? This one here is the robotic drone mod. I'm just gonna scroll down and look for any lump of green. Here's a lump of green. Oops, it's quite hard to get to it. Where are we? I definitely had another one. Just pressing on. Table saw. So the table saw, they've got a recipe for the table saw. Table saw. Oh, table saw. So there it is. I think that was in there before. You can't make this, but the recipe's already there for you if you want to take it. I will, mate. Yeah, that's the icon. Oh. Yeah, that's a stun baton one. That's how it looks when you get a stun baton out. If we get a drone, and we mod it, modify, boom, and I place it on the ground. That's what it looks like.
All systems go.
That is interesting, because there you go. There is the stun baton mod, and that looks a lot like a machine gun, doesn't it? Oh, is that the stun over here, the pincer thing? Let's try taking off.
All systems go. How may I help?
Let's pick this up.
I do love an adventure.
Oh, I do love an adventure. If I take this off, does it look any different?
Startup
Yeah,
sequence
now it
activated.
has 2 pincers. So that's
Where
the
are you
weird
taking
one
me?
about this. If I modify it with a stun thing, it goes from 2 pincers
Power up complete.
to 1 pincer. That is the stun baton mod according to the game. But it's actually the weapon mod. So maybe we need to report that. So that's today's list. I keep forgetting to get a new pen. Do you know what? In my job, there'll be some pens at the bottom of my bag. Here's my lovely briefcase. You like my briefcase? This is what I use at work. It's got a patch on it. If you see it. This is fine. Right, there we go. Pen. Right? Where's my big pad of paper? It's not here anywhere. Right, I'll make a list here. Mark, let's do it. Blah, blah. Do you know what? I can write on tomorrow's birthday card. Shall I write yellow on yellow? Can I actually read on it? I can. There we go. That's from my mum. My mum. Can't wait to open it. Probably still put like fiver in there. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid. So we've got 2 things. What was the first one? Oh God, what was the one from earlier? What was it? What was it? What was it? Oh, brain, I've already forgotten what that one was. Why didn't I write it? I did write it down somewhere, didn't I? I wrote it down on a silly bit of paper somewhere. Surely. Well, there is the one which is Army Camp. Army Camp 09 should be tier 3. I haven't told that one. We've got, so we've got the, what do you mean, the mod levels? Do you mean those mod levels? Well, they haven't done it. So it's intentional. They haven't put it in there. Oh, chicken nuggets, that was it. Chicken nuggets in menu. Okay. Yeah, it was that army camp, wasn't it? Right, and then we got this one. We've got drone. Maybe we could do the old little video about this.
Please don't leave me in here too long.
Right, so I start recording, and then my little voice should start typing at the bottom. Okay. Where's it gone? So, a drone without any mods has
Powering
2
up. All
pincer
systems
arms.
go.
Whereas, if I take
Goodbye then, for now.
the lovely drone and I modify it and I put in a stun baton mod, then what we actually
Startup
see
sequence activated.
is a weapons mod arm, and we can see from the XML that that may be coming in the future. But should that be a different kind of, you know, change in the model, so it actually looks like a stun baton mod. Right. Recording ended. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, okay, so drone, stun, baton, mod, look, and then of course no XML or tiered whatchamacallits, tiered mods, brackets, no link to learning tree. Okay, that's fine. So we've had a few people join us today, like 50 a little bit later, just to give you an update on, let me just get rid of that. A little bit of an update on the mods. I did last night report, not the mods, the issues we've got. So I told them about the scrolling on the DLC page. No one replied. I told them about the drone text issue. No reply. I told them about the floating stones in Army Camp 10, and they were like, oh, that's really interesting, and asked me for the map. So I sent them the map, and I also showed them how to fix the actual POI. I sent them a fixed POI. And then I created a mod where when you, it's a brilliant little mod, I'll share it with everyone on Nexus Mods. But I made a mod very quickly that just covers every place, because the stone's only there because the game thinks when it does the terrain that it's a placeable kind of item. You can place a tree there, or a stone there, or a piece of grass. So I made a mod where every single available place is covered in stone. So you can load your POI up, and if you see any stones floating, you know that you've got some kind of like to modify the world so you don't get that happening. Hey, some guy Si. So that one we've done. We're going to get Army Camp 10 fixed. The industrial tile T03 is an interesting one, because they confirmed to me that I'm correct. I'm correct that the 2 zombie dogs that are infested will not spawn. But then interestingly, they said that they cannot either confirm nor deny if that's intentional. That usually means that it is intentional for something funky coming up in the future. You heard it here first. Industrial 6001. I think that was just a bit of a random thing. We've decided that was just random, and I checked the triggers earlier. And yes, all the doors have 2 trigger icons, and they should only have 1, we believe. So we'll get that fixed as well in the near future. But we need to find more bugs, don't we? This is what we want to do. How you doing, some guy Si? You're all right. So we have basically found a few bugs, and we found some annoyances. We could, if you want, that's the recipes. We found the table saw, the weapon, which is going to be interesting. I can't wait. I'm going to dive in the files. I'll find it somewhere in there. There will be the files. In fact, I could look now if you want. I'll do it without showing you. I'm not sharing my screen. That's okay. But I might. I'm the kind of person that might have all the assets all happily lying there. Yeah. I don't know. Let's have a look. If I was to search in here, let me do a search, and then what was it called? Drone weapon. Drone weapon. If I search my entire hard drive for drone weapon, let me just check it is called a drone weapon. Oh, we've got to have a look in the. We've got to have a look back in that file. Drone. It was called drone weapon mod. Yeah. So, if I was to say to you, oh, hang on, drone weapon. What's the other one called? Drone stun. If I search for drone stun, view details. Yes, we see the PNG there. That's been in there for a very long time. That's been in the game for a very long time, would you believe? The drone stun weapon mod. And to be fair, the drone stun weapon mod, if I show it to you, that's the official graphic. That does look like the thing that they've added on there. Although it's got a turret. So maybe later on, maybe it is all correct and they're just going to add some kind of shooty bullet things. Oh, you're going to get 3.0 in literally 24 hours from now, if all goes well. So maybe that is the right model, but it's got a turret on it and it's got air holes. Like, surely. I don't know. So that's that one. But interestingly, and I will have to turn this off, because if I search for drone weapon, okay, basically at the moment, drone weapon is the same thing as drone stun. The reason is drone weapon, the scripting for drone weapon, as in there's a DLL file that contains C# inside. There has actually been one. There's obviously one in this game because it works. It was in earlier versions. It's been sitting there for a while, since version 1. I've got a file. I've got the scripting from version 1. Wow, there we go. Never noticed that before. Or maybe I did and didn't think much of it. But it's within the files, it is a drone weapon. The only thing is, and this is the fun thing, is the file name isn't droneweapon.cs, as in for the script. It's actually drone weapons. So I still think there might be some shooty stuff coming along soon. Maybe. I don't know. What do you think? I think it's one scripting for both, because it's going to be one arm, isn't it? And at some point they might get it to shoot as well. Can you stack armor mods on the drone? What can we do to the drone? Where's our little drone? Come down here, sir. I don't think so. But
Please
if we...
don't leave me in here too long.
Okay, chill out. If I go mod, and this is what I want. Any questions you got, we'll try it out. Drone armor, vehicle storage, drone cargo, drone morale boost, drone headlamp, drone medic, drone stun. Okay, let's get more than one of everything, and let's have a look. I think the answer is no. But if I go cargo, we can always have more than one cargo. That's true. We know that. If I put that in, we can't put another one in. If I go armor, I cannot put another armor in there. No. If I put morale, there'd be no need to have another morale in there. Headlight, there'd be no need for another headlight. And medic, there'd be no need. Oh, at the moment, if you put the medic in, oh, you can have that as well. So what does it look like if we have a medic arm? Does the medic arm actually look any different? No, the medic arm doesn't look any different.
It is good to be online.
But therefore, this is actually the correct model for the Zapper. No, cargo, I just put 2 in there.
Goodbye then, for now.
Modify, out, cargo, 2 cargoes in there. So you can fit more than one cargo in there.
Powering up. All
and there we go, we've got 2 extra lines in there.
I will
We will
defrag my
check
hard
it,
drives while
because that's
in
what we do
storage.
here. Do we have 3 lines here now?
Power up.
No, we've got 3
complete.
lines, so yes.
Oh,
You
sure.
can still
Pack
do
me
that.
in a box like your other old things.
Yeah, right. You're only a tier 3. Shut up. Is there not a mode for a model? Model EL. Okay, a model for a 9mm drone mod. Or is that an actual mod? Well, at the moment, we just have this. The picture is the thing that we're seeing stuck on there. But when you look at it, this is what I'm saying. When you look at it, oops.
Startup sequence. Where are you
When
taking
you
me?
look at it, it looks like a gun. So if I shove that on there, this is what we're talking about. This looks like a gun.
It is good to be
It has
online.
air vents and it has a, the end of it. But the icon shows this going. So I think, because it's one piece of scripting, I think they're going to turn this. It's always going to have this arm. I don't know if I'm the right way around on my screen, but yeah, it's always going to have this arm. But when this one becomes a weapons mod, if you have 2 weapons mods on there, if they bring it in the future, then this might be able to zap and shoot. Or it might be that you can only have one or the other. That could be it. But they've already got the script, haven't they, for you to hold on to some medical items and distribute them. So all you got to do is stick some 9mm in there and it'll go. So anyway, keep an eye out for that. I think, you know, it's very likely like something like that's going to occur, which is interesting. So whilst we're here now, we just had a look at the recipes to look for hidden things. What else? Is there anything else we could look at that might have some hidden things in it? So, for example, what about... I don't know, I could look at blocks. Rather than get it on screen, I'm just going to be really, really quick and have a look and see if there's anything green within the block area. There's a lot of blocks, you see. I can't see anything green in there at all. And I'm over halfway down now. So it goes green because obviously it's kind of marked out in the XML. There's the usual few bits of extra information, but... Oh, what's that at the bottom? What is that at the bottom? It's just the guidance. That's okay. What else could we look at? Did recipe for biome smoothies? I don't know what you mean there. You might have to tell me that word again. Biomes. Well, biomes, I'm sure they've changed quite a bit because they've now got to accept your options. I haven't had a look. What we could have a quick look at is the new... They said there was a new XML. But I can just look at the ones that have been edited. In fact, every single one's been edited. There's a few things that they've changed. XUI has got better naming the folders in there, the user interface. One's called in-game, common and menu, which is nice. But they did say there was a new one that when you're modding you can turn on and off the deals. There is a signs XML, which is interesting, which is all the default signs stuff in there. I've got a lot to look at with that one. Is it utility? Oh, there's a utility AI, which is interesting. Oh, AI packages. Check this out. Let me try and get this up for you. Let me try and get this up for you. This is utilityai.xml. This is new, or I've never noticed it. Smoothie, sorry, I'll be with you in a sec for that. AI packages. Zombie dumb. Move to waypoint. Move to enemy. Move to enemy run. Melee attack entity. Melee attack. Human basic. Is this to do with the human ranged, flee, ranged attack? I think it's bandits, yeah. Numpty, you're right. Yeah, there was just cosmetic stuff last time with the smoothies. They're still there. But that's interesting, where we've actually got code to deal with this. It's not a lot of code, but entity NPC. So this is something to do with how these two interact, maybe. Don't know. But what I'm looking for is they said when you mod, user interface display, range weapons. No, I don't remember this one either, and I don't quite know what's going on here. But they said there was an XML. Oh, actually, subtitles XML. Oh no, the subtitles. Sorry, not. There was an XML. They said sandbox overrides. Bam! This is what I'm interested in. Yeah, you could make. You could. I don't know. That'll be really interesting to see what we can do with that. What it allows us to do just with XML. Because I don't mind like going for a full mod, but it's nice when it's only XML. So here we go. Here's the sandbox options. They're all just listed, all 150 of them exactly. So sandbox override sets the named option to default setting and disables the option from being changed. So there's nothing in here. We've got to say, we're saying preset, my preset, localized name, whatever, description, test preset, description, key, icon, code. So we can set that. And so we can put our preset in there. So we generate a preset that we like for our game. We say, boom, there's the preset. And then we have an override. Sandbox override option, max enemy tier. Is there a max enemy tier here? Max enemy tier. So there it is. Oh, it's just literally override notes. That's it. So you just, there is no way of cancelling this or that. You either have it or you get rid of it. So basically, for all these 150, you could write out sandbox override option, max enemy tier, or range damage, or melee damage. You would just write all 150 lines, and you'd bung in your own version of this, and then bam, you've got it. Mouthy trader, mute volume to absolutely 100% muted. You can turn them off if you want to. You can do that. So there we go. There they all are. Okay, so that's okay. It's a bit of a faff. It'd be easier if you could just change a 0 to a 1 if they'd already pre-written it. But it won't be hard to write. We'll just write all this out and then save it. And then just, yeah, if they didn't do this, if this was just like, instead of it being optioned out, if it was something like this, an option, and it was just like value equals 1, if that was what it was, as in on, and you just had to change it to 0, that would be a nice, it would have been easier, but it doesn't matter. There is a way of overriding the sandbox stuff. Right, now I'm interested. Localization has changed to a CSV, which is interesting, which means you could edit it in Excel, which is interesting. So it's just, oh my god, blimey, I've just broken this. It doesn't like me. There we go. It's big, that's why. Look at the state of it. It's huge. So it's got everything in here. It's all just done in a file type. It's the same stuff. But it's a lot easier to edit this than it is the text file that we used to use. So I'm very happy with that. Everything else looks like we've done it. I'm just looking to see if there's anything interesting. There is NPC, but that is the traders. We've had that before. So sandbox overrides new. There must be a lot more in XML now, because we've got loads more crazy stuff in here. That's going to have to be a big read. One. Videos. 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 Can't find the text. Videos. Anyone? There's absolutely nothing in there. Videos. Could you set up an active file to enter values for the world to make it faster and easier? Hello, Angel Ice. Hope you're doing all right. It is a video, but it just runs by a name, and they haven't got it here. This is literally the file as it comes. That's an interesting one. So I've always wondered if we could do videos on screen. Oh, who's this? Ms. Breezy Babby. Hello there. Thank you for the follow. How are you? How are you? You enjoying the game? You enjoying a bit of 7 Days to Die? We're just having a look at the XML. Not doing any modding. I know we're not allowed to do any modding, but I'm still allowed to look at the codes. That's an old one, is it? I've just never seen it. I want to know what's in there. Block placeholders, materials, quality info, blah, 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 blah. All normal stuff. Signs is obviously new. They've got lots of information about the new signs. This is how the signs are written. Every time you see a sign, it's simply just a whole bunch of vector information. So for poopy pants, these are the default ones related to this POI. This code links to a POI, which we know is poopy pants. And then all of that there, all of that, the poopy pants sign that we see is just that information. That's all it's got to read. And obviously this game is very good at just reading text. Yeah, I was thinking like the monitors, you see. Oh, they are rules. Behind the scenes, well, as I say, I made a mod, but that was so we could test one of the new POIs. And that was just for conversation with the team. And I have checked the Mega City mod. I did load it up. It works fine. So that's running for version 3 as well. So I know what this is. There's some default ones. When you go into the menu to mess with the signs, there's some default stuff. So they're there as well. So you could technically change the default ones, which is good because you have to associate each thing with each POI. So if you edit that file, that signs.xml, you're going to end up having them seen in every POI. So actually, when you make your own, if you're going to use them, it's worth adding them in there, probably. Spawning, biome spawning, standard stuff, weather survival, game stage, loot, recipe, blah, blah, blah. Block updates. I hate looking in that because blue boxes, anyone who knows it. Oversized conversion targets. No idea what that list's for. Stealth text, just information about stuff. Whatever. And then yes, they've changed the XUI folder names. They used to be common and menu, but now we've got in-game, so we can actually see the things in-game. Okay, all good. I think that's enough of that. But lots are going in there. The signs are brilliant. I've just still got to get better at my signs. Did you see my sign yesterday? So I've got, if I make a butcher POI, then it's going to have to be called PG's Meat. There's my pig. There's my hatchet. Hasn't come out very well. So there's the one that's I made. If I edit it, you can see like, that line doesn't need to be there. That line, it's just a bunch of vectors and lines. And this is complexity. So if I go, how do I get across? If I add a letter, this is only 10 layers, this one. It can't be 10 layers, this one. Where's my piggy? Is that in a separate layer? Oh, there it is. We've got lots of layers, lots of layers, lots of layers. I'm going to use, and you can see them highlight all the different parts that make up a piggy and whatnot. And all the different bits and bobs. And the hatchet. Everything's a little bit here and there. It's just trying to somehow generate my ideas into this code. Because if you have a look, and then there's the final kind of layers. The top layer is all the way on the left hand side, the bottom layer is on the right hand side, and this one is like, this one blends into different layers. It's kind of weird and kind of complicated. It's going to take me a long while to actually work this one out, but also that's not a great pig, is it? Oh yeah, I can resize the letter, but this was just from, what I'm not prepared to do is do this by hand. Because the problem here is if I go new, these are the only options you get, right? I go text, and I go hello, right? And I go, ooh, I want that in this format. And I want to change it to this color, right? And I want to change its position. Maybe I could click on it and I could zoom in a bit, or I could squish it, or I could do this. Or somehow I can rotate it, somehow, whatever. There's buttons to do it. But I've got that. And then I go add layer. And I go, oh, let's have a shape. Oh, I could really do with one of these. So I could get this shape. Oh, but I can't just resize it like any graphical thing. I'm going to have to sit there and go into invert mode, or I'm going to have to go size. If I want to scale it, I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to put it here, and then I'm going to go, oh, I want that behind this one, so I have to move it. And can you see, in order to make something intricate like their signs, you've got insane amount of work to do. You're not going to do it in this editor. It's not going to happen. So therefore, they're using some kind of program that turns their graphics into vector analysis, vector XML, vector format. I can't find a tool online that's going to do that. If anyone finds one, a good one, then tell me. I'm sure there's some kind of add-on to Adobe. I'm not prepared to spend hundreds of pounds on something I'm only going to use now and again. But I'm trying to find something. Shine or gloss effects. You can basically add noise, and then you get that noise, and you do, like, that's how they make a lot of their signs. They have like broken-y bits on here, and then they change the detail of them so it looks like it's ripped or something like that. You can change the seed so you get different things, and then there's color only, color and mask, so it becomes a mask. And if it becomes a mask, you can put it places, and like that's masked out the letters. If I put something else behind, like a shape, oops, I'm moving the mask. If I got a shape and I make this like blue, you can see the little marks here. So you could put, you know, you could get the right color and it could blend into the building or something. So it's not really, there might be shiny, glossy, blurry things somewhere, because you can starify this stuff, but that's shape. You can change its softness, so there's a blurry. You can dilate it, so you can kind of change them. There's smoothness. You could change the roughness of it, and you could change how many sides you've got on these things. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot you can do. I don't think there's a glossy one. Normal, invert mode, whatever, I don't know. But then you got this lot at the end. Let me try it with this. Here's solo. There's skew, pinch and bulge, twirl, kaleidoscope, perspective, arc, stretch, and grid. Column, boom, 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 boom. Whatever it is, offset, woo, 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 trippy, 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 trippy. Hee 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 hee. So you get code from Windows, and then tell them to reflect to other game entities. You could get code from Windows. Yeah, basically, I want to know what I've done. The one I generated it, and then brought the code into the game. But you know, my generation technique is currently giving me a really naff looking pig. I'm looking for something that's like, you know, awesome. You know what I mean? Because I definitely think we need a little mini butchers, a good old English style, walk into the butchers and somebody's slaughtering some animals. That's what we need. None of this great big butcher's Pete. We need a little one. A little one, little shops. You need to get some good British shops into this game. But yeah, so it's kind of cool because we're going to get some good signs. You can make some really simple signs, because if you look at some of the simple signs, like this one, we could duplicate this and we could edit this one. Like, this is like literally 3 things. I got a shape, a background, a buy and a go. The difference here is this isn't 3 things. This is 3 groups. 3 groups. This is made of many things. That's made of 2 things, and that's made of many things. And that's the way the XML's written. We can only make layers that are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not very hard. I did it where you take a section of it and group it. But theirs you can't ungroup unless you go and mess with the XML. A wee butcher's penny sweet shop. Yes. There should be. Do you know what I mean? We've got to educate them how to do proper shops. It'd be great. Yeah, do you remember going out with your 20p or your 10p on a Friday night? getting your bag of sweets, all halfpenny sweets. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, I used to love that. You could use a picture from a model of a rendering software. I don't know. I'm looking into it. I haven't had much time. This is why I'm doing this today. If you want to go and watch someone play the game and go, I know plenty of people out there with really bad audio just playing the game like dumbasses going, it's the game still. Go and watch them. Me, I want to get stuck into all the crazy stuff. I'll be a dumbass later with the game. There's lots to do. Transform, affect, pivot. I don't know what this does. I don't know what this does. That's the pivot for when I twist it or something. Why? You can change all these things, dilate stuff, like whatever. There's so much we can do here. I just don't know. That one I'm going to delete. That one I'm going to delete. Now the thing is, the only big problem I've got so far is that's this one. So what I'm like, oh, let's make a new one, shall we? Quick, make a new prefab. Okay, I'm going to make one, and I'm going to make, I'm going to make another one. Let's make another butcher's with the same size. So you press OK, and you're like, oh, lovely. And you're like, yeah, let's put a sign down. You click on it. My new thing is not there. But these are here. So these are the ones in the signs.xml. If we add our own ones into this file, they will appear in the sign gallery. There is the default library, which is that. And there's a prefab library. And when I click on it, I'm not bringing up mine. So I don't know quite where that file is. I'm going to have to work that one out. But the default library is signs.xml in the config folder. Yeah, we'd like a bit of learning. But we should make a list of these. Old-fashioned butchers. Definitely like people like having a butchering. That would go well with this game. Because everything's like American shops. We need like our high street in there. Maybe you should just make a British high street. Maybe I should make my own local high street. Just the British high street. I think people would like that. It'd be cool. It'd be cool. Sorry, my brain starts thinking then. So yes, there we go. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to make a video eventually on how to do it once I've got it sorted. But I don't really want to make a video until I know how to make a decent thing. Like this one here, for example. This is good. But again, if you duplicate this and want to learn from theirs, it's not going to work. So what I can do is I can take theirs. These are 3 group things. I can recreate these files ungrouped. So you'd have like hundreds of things to mess around with. So that might be worth doing just to learn and mess around with. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting one, getting to grips with this. And I really want to spend a lot of time. I would love to be able to go, here's my PNG or here's my SVG. It might be easier to do it with something like that. And then bam, turn it into the right format. It would be good. Or the other one is to train an AI so it knows what fonts are available and all this lot. Load it with all the fonts. And then do that. That's a good point. Are the fonts somewhere in here? Because they do have fonts. The fonts are in the Unity. Let me have a look at their fonts. Sorry, I'm going to have to turn this off so I'm not sharing it right now. Come Monday, we can delve into the files properly. But if I go into here and I search for font. Yeah. So if I go into the fonts, no. I only see the standard 3 fonts that come with this. Somewhere hiding in the files must be the other fonts. But when you... fontdata.cs. Font update tracker. Font style stack. Ooh, font assets. Yeah, they're built in. There's something going on in there. That's interesting. Again, lots to do. Is there any code for animated screens? I don't know what that would be called. If I go animated, if I say animated, and then I look, there's scripting called animated color, animated alpha, animated widget, highlight animated, yeah, all of those. No, they're the only ones, and they've always been in the thing. If I type in screen, okay. Obviously, on-screen keyboards, theme screenshots. Nope, that's not it. Screen cursor, screen effects, screen space ambient occlusion. Don't know about that. Splash screen, user interface screen, configure on-screen keyboard, blah blah blah. Screen zone, screen space reflectors, screen overlay. I don't think there is. Screenshot again. There's a lot of them. Screen handler. Console screen. No, I don't think there is. Animated widget. And all the animated ones I saw were animated widget. That's in there, but that's always been in the thing, I think. Animated widgets. Oh, there isn't any code in there. Well, there is something. It's just I haven't managed to extract it properly. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. I've literally spent 20 minutes getting some data out of it. I need to, we really need the final release. But come Monday, when they've kind of dabbled with things and then they release something, or maybe Tuesday, whenever they can do it, I'll be able to start working on that and start doing all the stuff behind the scenes. The first thing I'm going to do is look at the signs, because the sign stuff isn't going to change. It works really well, speeds up the game, but I need to be able to make those signs really easily, or even have some kind of tool outside of 7 days, like create a program where you can make your signs with all the same stuff, but it's easier to make it. You know what I mean? Well, the idea is that, like, the streamer weekend officially goes on till, like, for me, tonight 8 p.m. And then what they always do, this is just from history, what they always do is it's usually about this time, 6 p.m. the next day on Monday. It just depends how many bugs we find and what they need to fix. But they can always push out new releases. But, like, yeah, it's usually the next day. It could be Tuesday. I don't know. But I would say roughly 24 hours from now, it should be a beta for everyone to try out, if everything goes to plan. But you just got to let them do it. They'll bring it out as quickly as possible, because the hype's up, isn't it? So people want to give it a go. Because once you've got your server running with this, it's going to be great fun. People collecting all those guns, messing around, trying to get things sorted. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Sharing stuff, stacking things. It's going to be brilliant. Anyway, I think we've done as much as we can in here today. This is the problem. I know we might want to game something. I want to find a piece of software. I really want to find a piece of software that's going to turn my image into, like, XML vector graphics, and I don't know what the proper name of them is. You know what I mean? Like, is there? I'm calling them XML vector graphics. Are they XML? You know what I mean? If I go into a POI, I'm going to go into a POI now. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'll be able to show you this. This is in the alpha files. If I go to the prefab, so let me share my screen now. So if I go to the 7 Days to Die gaming files, and I go prefabs, we go into POIs, here's our original one. Here's Abandoned House 1. Abandoned House 1 has all the standard files you need. Okay, there's all 6 files that come with every POI. But then if we go and look at some of the new ones, so here's Lot Country Town 10. This now has 7 files because it's got a new XML, Lot Country Town 10 signs.xml. So whatever signs needed in here, a simply measly 10 kilobits is this. Let me just get this out here for you. All right, it's just this. This is the sign for the Lot Country Town. This is all it is. What I want to do is be able to take that information. It is XML. Okay, that's good. Good for me to know. Okay. My gun's better than your gun. Yeah, it's the bit where you've got a crappy gun and your mate finds a good one. And you're like, oh, can I have that? Then I can upgrade mine and we can have similar guns. And they're like, no, because it's got an effective range of 2 meters more. And I'm going to combine it with mine. It's going to cause fights. I love that. Everyone's going to have to play with kill each other on. It's like, give me a better gun. You know, you'd be stabbing your mates for guns, stealing out their boxes. Skew warp, bulge warp, text sign layers, polygon sign layers, noise sign layers. It's all here. I need to understand it. I want to understand it. So, what if I was to copy that, right? And then I open up... I can't do this stupid thing. I open up a browser. I'm going to do this off screen. What if I just go to Google, right? And I go to the AI mode and I go, what does this file show? And I just paste it in there. What's it going to say? Let me give you something interesting to look at. Oh, there's nothing to look at. Look at the sun. This file shows the configuration data for a custom graphic sign reading back to the 50s. It's written in XML format and prevents a multi-layered asset likely to be used in a video game, simulation, or graphic design software. Okay, that's fine. So, if I want to make my own sign for this game, is there a free tool out there that can help me make great looking signs, and the tool is free? Let's see if it says anything. Do you know what I mean? Yes, there are several powerful free tools depending on whether you want to generate XML data or design the visual layout first. Okay. You can use Notepad++. Yeah, thanks for that one. Oh, Inkscape. Can that do it? It uses XML-based formats natively, meaning you can easily insert... Oh. So, can I use Inkscape to turn an image into the XML I require? Ooh, I never thought of Inkscape. No. What tool out there uses my game's XML format? It's a custom format. They've used a custom format. Ah, what do you do, people? What do you do? There's a convert XML to image online tool I found doing a Google search. XML to graphic. Well, we want to turn graphic to XML. I want to be able to make a nice sign and then for something to chop it into different shapes. Do you know what I mean? And do that. You don't know if there's a vector drawable tool that would give the exact code format, but I've no doubt. Oh yeah, that's how I made my other one. I just used AI to do it. But I wonder if we can get Inkscape to take something and then the AI to convert it. Oh, this could be good. This could be good. Let's try this. Okay. Most games that use a specific layered XML structure, common in simulation titles like Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, and Parkitect. So they might use the same system as us. So there might be a tool that someone's written out there for these games for you to make them. But it hasn't found anything. Okay, it says the best one is the one in-game. No, it's not good. Fine-tuning tools, smart editors. And then it just says use Note++. So let's try. Do you fancy... Sorry, I never know if I'm boring people. Do you want me to play, or shall I open Inkscape and we'll see if we can generate an XML and try it? I don't know. What do you want? Definitely not the in-game one. Yeah. Type play or Inkscape. I don't know. I don't mind trying it. I'm just want to know. I want to try and work this one out. They went to the measure of making it private. Using AI to break it may upset them. No, it's fine. They don't mind what we do as modders, but they guide us, but we've got to work it out. No, it's fine. What I can't do is, like, this is me like messing around with it. What I'm not allowed to do is play this with mods this weekend. But we've helped them out already this weekend. They'll be fine with this. What we're trying to do is we're going to try to get people excited about modding when we can mod. Okay, so we'll try it. What I'm going to do is let me go back to the bar, and then I'm just going to exit the game for a moment. And then what I'm going to do, just so we're not running the game and Inkscape and everything, I just want to know what that outputs. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run in Inkscape. Now, it's been a long time since I've run it, which means that we are definitely going to have to update it. It hasn't asked me to do anything. It's just said new document. Okay. It hasn't asked me to update anything. So here we are with Inkscape. And basically, what am I going to do? Am I just going to... Let's try drawing. Well, what can we save as? Save as... And if I can save this, I'll bring it over here. An Inkscape SVG. Let me just turn this. Sorry, I just don't want to... 7 days to die. Okay, I'll bring this here so you can see it. Inkscape, I've got all these. I'm looking... There you go. Oh, XAML. Okay, this is it. I can't scroll down. There is an XAML. What is XAML compared to XML? Well, what is XML? That's an SVG. That's the nearest we can get. So what... XAML. Okay. I need my browser up again. What is the graphic file .xaml? It's an XML-based declarative markup language primarily used by Microsoft frameworks to define user interfaces, layouts, and vector graphics. So if we could save this in XAML and turn it into our version, would that be good? Okay. So what do we need? We need an image. We need some kind of sign. Let me get a sign that I would like to make. We'll push the boundaries to start with. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the little piggy sign that I would like to run. Let's try and do this. Okay. Right. So if I'm in Inkscape and I put this here. Here is the sign that I would like to create. Okay, I would like to create this sign. We will make this a bit smaller. Okay, like so. Whatever, make it. Oh, it's a bit of a shame. I've messed the orientation up. Okay, I don't want that. Press Control. There we go. So we'll make that. I have hardly used Inkscape. I use it for very specific things, so I've never really used it that much. How do I change? If I save it, well, let's just go. Let's just start. Save as, and then if I go to my PC, go to my extra little hard drive, I'm going to save this as an XAML, and I'm going to call this Piggy. All right, so I've saved this as Piggy. So if I go here, where did I save that? Oh, Silverlight compatible AML. No, we'll just press OK. Right, so now I've made Piggy XML, XAML, which doesn't open with anything. Open with Notepad++. Okay, that's a very different format. That's not going to be useful, is it? Because that's just like writing out the file in a file. That's no good. Canvas left, canvas top, boom. That's not good. That's not good. So what else? Let's just go back to that chat I was having. In Inkscape, what format should I save the file in? Okay. You should save your file in plain SVG. If you need to, okay. Okay, what format so I have the best chance to convert the file into the game XML? It's an optimized SVG. Make sure you check the box for convert text to paths. Okay, so file, save as, and I'm going to save it as an optimized SVG, and I tick a box which I don't see, which says convert text to paths. I hit save, convert CSS attributes to XML attributes, work around render bugs, shorten color values. What did it say again? It said convert text to paths. Strip the XML space attribute. No. Convert attributes to XML. That must be the same thing. Keep edited data. Do not remove. Okay. Let's try it. So now I'm making Piggy. Piggy SVG. That opens up in my browser like that. If we open with Notepad, it still looks like that. Okay, weird. Closing it. Cancel. Close without saving. So, what if I now ask my... I haven't trained up my AI yet, but I have talked to it about making these, and I've given it a couple of examples. So, can you convert this optimized SVG into the required XML format for the game. Oh, not the XML format. I want the underscore signs.xml format for the game. Let's just see what it can do. You know what I mean? Let's just see what it can do. We'll give it one chance and then we'll go and play some games. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat. Is anyone there? The game code reminds me of an Android vector drawables. That I was looking at yesterday because there are ways of doing it. Oh, yes, with an important limitation. I can analyze ping and recreate it as signs. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. For a supplied ping, I can produce this. Oh, no. That's an old chat. What's it got here? Oh. Oh, it's still doing stuff. Sorry. I was reading an old chat that I had. I was trying to convert a PNG. That's what I did. I got that PNG. And what you saw on screen with the really basic piggy was the conversion it made. But this is interesting. Let's just see if it can do it. But you're right, Numpty. I believe the Android version of it is similar. And I did find a kind of a tool or a mod or something. I didn't look into it too much. That made, you're trying to make a graphic file into an Android one. But it's worth looking at, yeah. If you tell it, if you tell the AI that it knows all and is fully trained, no, unfortunately not. So the way I do some of my more complicated modding is I have, if you pay your 10 quid a month for ChatGTP, yes, you can just sit there and make slop all day and waste the world's resources. Or the other way of doing it is you can make something called a GPT. You can make your own one. You can build one. You can upload 30 files, or even you can package loads of files into it. But you can't just throw it a DLL file and say, here's the DLL file for the game. What you've got to do is you've got to go through the process of uncompacting that and getting all the code out of it and all this lot. So with a few hours work, last time I did it for 2.5, I maybe spent about 8 hours. You know, I spent a whole weekend basically messing around, getting all the code, stripping the game down to bare minimum, and then uploading it into it. But then I used it to write instructions on how to do it. I used it to look and learn the format, because the format's very different for XML compared to normal, and then write notes and code. So I spent a lot of time layering it, building up this AI, and then you can get it to reflect on what it's got. This is the skill. You reflect on what you've got and learn by doing and comparison and all this lot. And then eventually, so for example, my 2.5 AI I've trained, I can go to it and say, I need a mod to do this. It's not going to give you the mod. Sometimes it does. You get lucky. If it's a simple thing, it will just pump out the mod. You go through it, check it and everything. But generally, I've now got it down to like maybe 3, 4, 5 iterations. And then I'm kind of basically getting there. Where when I started, I'd be iterating for like all day, trying to fix a bit of code, do this, do that. But I've kind of learned what it does and the mistakes it makes. And therefore, I now have set it up and said, don't use this or don't use that. So for example, in Unity, when you're writing C code, if there's different ways of doing debugs. And in 7 Days to Die, you have to use a very special way of doing debug logs. So you have to say, you must use this. So you train it. So over the months and months that I've been using AI, I've been learning how the scripting works in XML, I know, but how it works in C# and learning all the intricacies and what's the weird things that you have to get right. Training the AI, and it's getting better and better and better. Of course, now I'm going to have to ditch that model and I'm going to have to I do want to make a model from the ground up again because I made enough mistakes with the previous one that I want to fix this one. You know what I mean? So the big step up was moving when ChatGTP went to 5.5 from its previous iterations. That was one hell of a step up for coding. They obviously wanted to kind of like fight against lots of people are leaving ChatGTP, but lots of people go to Claude, and then which is designed more for coders, but it's got too many limitations on how much you can use it. Even if you pay, I tried it out. I could pay, and then within 30 minutes, it's like, come back in 4 hours. You've got no more credits, and you're like, what? I'm paying per month for this, you know. So yeah, I teach it like a student, yeah. But it takes it. I had to kind of teach myself how to teach it. It was really weird, and I think I'm good enough now that I can make a new one. It's still trying, by the way. All this time I'm talking, it's still working right now to turn my Piggy SVG into the XML format from here. And also, like, you've got to learn. So doing this, I now know that there's a limit of 600 layers. That's a number you would never think. You'd think 256 or 512 or something like that. No, there's a limit of 600 layers. I worked out yesterday evening, or was it? No, this morning. You got 600 layer limit. I think you can get around that by having a bunch of layers and then grouping them, then having a bunch of layers and grouping them. I'm not sure, still to be tested. But it has changed a lot. Yeah, so what I will do is I will screen grab all the different signs, or I will extract them from the code, so I've got the image of them. I'll probably have to screen grab them, actually, to be honest. That's what I'll have to do. I'll have to screen grab them so I've actually got the image, because they won't be anywhere. And then what I'll do is I'll have to then give it the code and say, here's the image for that code. Now, these are the things you've got to do. The way AI works is you've got to label, all your file names have to be really clear. This one links to this one. So you can't just dump it files and say, work it out. You can, but you'll be doing it for hours. So you've got to like set up all your files, get it all sorted, and then you've got to, I'll have to get it to compare and work it out. List all the different fonts that the game can do. You know, when you click through the fonts, I'll have to list all the fonts. I'll have to extract all the variables that are in there. I'll have to work out, and then you write like an instruction manual. So I have a zip file I upload which has like all instructions. If